Thank you so much, Karen. Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to dive right into it. And do a quick introduction. Okay, as Karen said, this is part of the financial literacy series for entrepreneurs. And today we're doing DIY bookkeeping for entrepreneurs. My name is Sincere Mason. I'm an entrepreneur in the financial industry and beyond. I believe you have the power and responsibility to change your financial tree. Sometimes you just need someone to hold your hand on the journey, and I'm dedicated to that. I am deeply committed to the financial well-being of our families, our communities, individuals, and business owners. I would like for you guys to gain confidence with your money and build a stronger financial future. And all you have to do is take the first step. So I am here to serve you. Please reach out. I would love to help you. You could find me here. I'm happy to assist you and direct you in any way that you need. Drop me a line on Instagram or via email, and I could see how I could help you with any of your financial and entrepreneurial questions. Please engage in this dialogue. It's a conversation. Drop your comments in the chat box or any questions that you may have. Take notes, write things down. Maybe an idea might spark today in this presentation. We have a couple here that's going to be sharing their entrepreneurial journey with us. So please feel free to engage. So I was just recapping some of the topics that we covered, and Karen mentioned that if you missed any of it. And today we're talking about tracking income and expenses, knowing your numbers. Because we want to have a CEO, we want to develop a CEO mindset. So CEOs think long-term, they think systems, they think profitability is not just a side hustle, but it's something that maybe one day they could sell it or pass it on to their family. So they understand revenue, which is what's coming in, expenses, what's going out, profit, what's left after expenses, and cash flow, how much cash is available to reinvest in the business, aka how much money is in the bank. Again, very key thing to understand, you cannot manage what you do not measure. So we definitely want to think like a CEO, think long-term, think big. Revenue brings people through the door, profit keeps the door open, and cash flow keeps the lights on. That's one great way to watch it. So right now I'm going to call upon our friends, Mark and Michelle Johnson. They are cafe owners. Their information is in the chat box if you want to follow them on YouTube, Chilling with the Johnsons, over 240 subscribers over there. They're doing very well, and we just want to hear their thoughts. So Mark and Michelle, welcome.
Hello, hi, can you hear us?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I can hear you.
That's good.
So I just have a
Mhm.
couple questions that you could talk about is
Okay.
how did you get started in the YouTube field and the cafe field? And since we're talking about bookkeeping today, what are some of the habits you developed for your cafe in bookkeeping? How do you drive sales? How do you make sure you're making money? Like, what are some tools that you use? And my final question is, if you remember all of this, is
Mhm.
what for entrepreneurs watching today, what
I
is
can't hear
one
you.
thing that they could do to improve their business right now? Just one thing that they could do
Okay.
to improve their business from your experience. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So, hi everybody. I'm Mark and Michelle's right
Okay. So
here.
you
We're in
guys
the
could welcome
cafe.
Mark and oh,
Yeah, I can hear you. So, we've been in business for 3 years now with the cafe. Actually, we started with the YouTube channel first, and Michelle, we thought about a way that we could do a cartoon on YouTube that like pretty much talks about our family and stuff like that. So Michelle found a way we could do it, and you guys can click on the link there. And pretty much, she's put out over 600 videos on YouTube, and they're all scripts and stuff that she writes herself, and then we do the voices with the kids, and then we use AI to make the animation and stuff. And that's what the channel's all about. The YouTube channel. It's almost like our own version of The Simpsons, but it's on my family, our family. And then the cafe came from that because in the cartoon we have a cafe in the cartoon, and Michelle's like, maybe we can find a cafe that we can start running. So the cafe we found 3 years ago in Barrie, because we live in Barrie, we have 4 kids. and we found a spot that was closed down a couple of years ago. So it was dirty, it needed to be cleaned up, and we ended up getting it. And now we've been running it for over 2 years, going on to our third year right now. And just being business owners has been definitely a journey and a challenge because we never owned a cafe before. But there's ups and downs with everything. And like Sarah was talking about last week, we definitely have one, we have a separate bank account from our personal expenses and our business expenses, and we try and live within our means and keep our costs low, definitely, because we have no control over what's going to happen outside. Like when prices go up, you kind of have to just bite the bullet and buy what you need to buy, especially with food. Food has definitely gone up over the last 2-3 years, and cost has gone up too. So you kind of have to just bite the bullet. Yes, you have to raise your prices because you want to make sure that you are making a profit. But definitely, if you have to know how to price, because if you price too high, people won't buy. And so like all the things that Sarah was talking about last week, we pretty much had to go through that trial and error for over the last 2-3 years. And it's been a challenge, definitely, but we've made a profit, and we were thinking big, so we want to do more of this. It's just you got to just take one day at a time, know your numbers. Again, keep your money separate, so your business money separate from your personal, and definitely try and buy things wholesale if you can, and then use it in marketing to definitely promote the cafe, right? Because like unless people know where you are, because we're in Barrie and we're serving Jamaican food, you kind of have to educate people on what a patty is, because a lot of people think that Patty and Pop is the name of our cafe, but they think Michelle is Patty, and they think that I'm Pop. Meanwhile, no, we serve patties and Pop. So it's a play on words, but I mean, we have to educate the people here, and then we also have to build our own traffic sometimes, because we're in an office building where we have a Life Labs in the building, but there's times where it's closed. So sometimes you don't get the traffic that we need, and you just have to bite the bullet. You have to market in different ways that you can, and like I said, live within your means, because you need some days you don't make as much as you'd want to make, but other days you do even better. So you just got to think positive and do what you can. And then if any of you guys are ever out in the Barrie area, people in the Barrie area, you guys could, invite them to our shop and they could try out the beef patties that we have. We serve beef patties, chicken and mild, veggie, spicy and mild beef patties, and jerk chicken and rice, and stuffed patties and stuff like that, jerk chicken patties, and stuffed patties are definitely one of our best sellers, and that's where we're at. So we do both we do the channel and we do the cafe. And like I said, we have a family of 6. We have 4 children, so there's always something going on within our family. And there's ups and downs with every business. We close when we need to close, and we open when we need to open, because juggling a family too with the cafe and the YouTube channel is a lot. But with God's grace and God's strength, we can get the job done. So I just thank you guys for this opportunity to talk about our cafe. And if you guys have any questions, you can put in the chat.
I have a question for you guys. What are you using currently for your bookkeeping? Like, what tools do you guys use, or what did you use at the beginning?
I use QuickBooks.
Okay.
So I just use that. I also like our debit machine also does like all the recording of what we have in terms of sales and stuff. So there's that as well. But pretty much QuickBooks, it's very easy to export it if you need to. So that's what I'm using right now.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And since you guys have been on this entrepreneurial journey for a while,
yes,
what are some tips you have for a new entrepreneur or someone that feels stuck? Maybe someone feels stuck with their sales, with their profits, and they don't know what to do. What's some encouragement you have for either a new person or somebody that's could use a boost in their business?
Well, you have to remember why you started the business in the first place.
Yeah.
Business isn't going to always just be automatically like, woohoo, money's coming in. Sometimes you have to look at your system. Sometimes you have to look at what you're doing right, what's going wrong in your business. If you see you have a menu and something's just not selling, then take it off.
You might have to take it off the menu and try something else.
Right. But if you see what the core reason of why you started the business, and if you're meeting your people, because that's very important too. Because there's people like in our business, there are people who love Jamaican patties, and not everybody does. Some people are looking for a burger, and you can't accommodate everybody.
No.
You need to find who your target customer is.
That's right.
And if you know who that target customer is, if you could even paint a picture of who that is, that's half the battle, because then you can start marketing to that person. So you like, what's their household income? What kind of disposable income do they have to spend on your business? What type of habits do they have? Where do they live on Facebook? And then from there you can figure out, this person likes this. Let's target them. Let's try to figure out how to bring our business to you, like, because business is all about service. So once you realize that you're in the business of service, of making people happy with your product, you're not thinking about the money so much. You're thinking about how can I help more people. And once you have that mindset, even when it's hard, you'll keep going.
Yeah, because it's going to be hard no matter what. Business is not easy, but definitely, like I said, she was thinking also you have to know your numbers. Like you said last week, you got to know your numbers. You got to know what's coming in and what's going out. And if there's a way of lowering your costs in any way, that could help too. And then, like I said, build traffic, because unless people know where you're at, you're not going to get that traffic. You're not going to get that business. So, and like Michelle said, giving the customer what they want. So if they come in and the menu's too big, sometimes you might have to dummy down the menu or dummy down your products, stuff that's not selling. Either promote the stuff that's not selling more or take them off the menu. And the stuff that is selling, promote that more. Definitely, if you're making money from that, you got to know what the supply and demand is on all your different products. And yeah, so like it's all trial and error. Like nothing's easy, definitely with business, but definitely getting some business counseling, maybe from you or other people that are in the business field. But knowing your costs in the beginning and making sure that you have some kind of surplus or some kind of pool, like a cash pool is really good.
Another thing, don't take business advice from people who are not in business or not where you want to be.
That's it.
Because there's a lot of people wanting to give advice and they don't have a clue. Or they think that because you're doing it, like you can't do it. And especially people, even family, they mean well, but they kind of have a limited idea of who you are, because if they've seen you when you're a kid, they're like, oh, they have you in a certain frame of mind, and you might have outgrown that. And it doesn't mean you have to cut off anybody, but just whatever people are saying to you, it's better for you if you can surround yourself with people who have the same type of mindset that you have. Because if other people don't have that mindset and then you try to absorb it, it's very hard to grow your business.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming by today. So I'm just going to continue with the conversation. Mark has left his information in the chat. Mark, if you just want to put that in for people who just came in, that would be great. Thank you, Michelle and Mark. I appreciate your time. So I'm just going to continue with the presentation. And today we're talking about, of course, DIY bookkeeping. And Mark and Michelle just touched on that, and I really appreciated their time and feedback. So oftentimes at the beginning of our entrepreneurial journey, we wear many hats. We are the marketers, the salesperson, the customer service rep, the operations marketer, and of course, the bookkeeper. So the challenge is that it's not that we love bookkeeping, but we really need to know our numbers. We have to know our numbers. Mark said that a while ago. That's the one that's really important. And oftentimes that one gets overlooked. Michelle said that you start off because you're passionate about something, knowing your why, your reason. We do start our business because we were passionate about that service, that item that we're doing, our mission. But we have to adopt the mindset of putting our numbers together, getting organized, and being our own bookkeeper for a little bit, at least until we become more profitable and we could outsource that service. Successful business owners runs on systems. And I heard Michelle mention that a while ago. And that's such a key phrase. If you want to have a successful business, you have to have systems that are seamless, whether that be keeping your receipts, and we'll talk about some of them later on in this presentation. Knowing your numbers, keeping your receipts, knowing what's coming in, what's going out, etc. And these are some key questions to ask yourself. Ask yourself, am I making money? Where's my money going? Can I pay my bills? Is my business actually growing? Is my business actually growing? It's very interesting what Mark and Michelle spoke about because I'm going to touch on some of them today. Like they ask if an item is not selling, what do I do with that? So it's good to know your numbers. It's good to keep track of everything so you know what to do going forward in your business. So you want to have this information because it will help you to know what to do, what to keep, what to get rid of, what to improve on, etc. Okay, so tracking your income and expenses. So why is this important? This is important because business is not just about sales. Like, okay, we made $1 million in sales. Yay, that's great. But it's also knowing exactly what's the source of those incomes. Where did that come in? What's coming out? How much money did I spend to get that $1 million in sales, etc. When did it come in and where did it come from is very important because we want to answer these questions. What service is selling the most? Which type of customer is most profitable? Is revenue growing or declining? Which service do I need to improve? So those are very key things to track. So why is know your numbers, what to track, and then I will share some tools. So when it comes to tracking your income, you want to have a simple spreadsheet like this, and I'll give you some tools in a little bit on what you could use to keep track of these items. So here's a sample of income tracking. So you have the date, the customer or the source of that income, a little description, the amount that you made for that service or product, and the payment method. The payment method, you could see like what's maybe like I know there's transaction fees when you use the Interact. Is that profitable for you? Is that too expensive? Do you need to change your service? Maybe you need to get one that accommodates more debits. Maybe e-transfers are working for you. So all of this helps you to track every single aspect of your business, and you can see what's working and what's not working. And over here, we have a sample of your expenses. So of course, the date, the vendor, or the merchant where you use that service. So you can see here we have ads, staples, office supplies, Zoom, which is a subscription product. So keep all of your expenses there, the vendor, the category, the description, and the amount that it cost. Many times we have many subscriptions and we're not keeping track of them, but they do add up over time. So one key question to ask yourself when it comes to expenses is, can I be able to tell right off the bat, like at the top of my head, how much money did my business generate in any given month? Are you able to know these numbers? So that's why you want to keep track of everything. So staying organized is one of the key to bookkeeping. Have your income separate, have your expenses separate, and then do the math. Staying organized every week will save you a lot of time and a lot of effort in the long run. Here is a 15-minute sample that you could do if you're running a business every Friday or any day of the week that works for you. So in this sample, in this routine, we want to do a record of our income. What came in this week? A record of our expenses. What went out this week? Did we save our receipts? Are receipts matching up with our income, with our expenses and our income? Are they balancing? Review your bank account. What came into the bank? What went out? And review your credit card statements. So every entrepreneur should not just know what they sold, but they should know what it costs to operate, to make that sale, what it costs to give that revenue to them. So if we had more time, I could have showed you a quick demonstration on how I use Google Sheets, but maybe that could be for a future webinar. So before we get to tools, I just want to mention some common categories for expenses. So we have things like advertising. In this case, we have Meta. You could advertise on Instagram or maybe locally. I know there's a digital screen now popping up everywhere. You could advertise on there. What is that costing you? Office supplies, software and subscriptions, vehicle expenses. That includes your gas or your maintenance for a vehicle that you're using for your business. Maybe you want to meet a client. Maybe you had to go pick up something and drop it off. All of that is part of your business expense. Professional fees. Did you hire an accountant or a tax professional? Your rent, your phone, and your internet, and or your equipment that you're using. So review, like I said, review your transactions weekly and keep them organized. Income, expenses, and your receipts. Do not wait till tax season. And we will get to why keeping your receipts are important. Don't wait till tax season to start trying to remember what you did 7 months ago. We can't even remember what we did yesterday, far less 7 months ago. So that's why I want to keep extremely organized, and just a few minutes a week, 15 minutes every week could save us many, many hours of work and stress. So now we just want to talk about some tools. The good news is anyone can learn and you can start where you are. If you haven't been doing this, you could start where you are. And you don't have to be perfect. You just need to start and build from there. Improve as you go. The key thing is to start. So here are some examples of some tools that are available for small business owners, new business owners. So we have Microsoft Excel. So you can use that to track. You could customize it to your liking and what you need, your business needs. Google Sheets. I've used Google Sheets when I started. It's amazing. It's great, simple. The important thing is to keeping the information and being organized. It does not have to be fancy. Michelle mentioned she uses QuickBooks. So that's a great system for small business owners. It is fee-based. But in my research, I found a free service called Wave Accounting. So generally it's free. Like a lot of the basic things are free. If you want to upgrade to a pro level, it is fee-based, but for the most part, you could get a lot done in their free program. So if you don't know that, entrepreneurs, here's a program for you. Other tools to look at. Your phone. Your phone is a great tool for taking pictures of your receipts because we need to keep our receipts. And sometimes the receipts wear out, so the numbers disappear, or we lose the receipts. So as soon as you sell something, as soon as you buy something, rather, take a picture of the receipt and put it in your Google Drive. Google Drive is a free program. If you need more data, they do charge you, but generally it's free. And also it could be a business expense if you do pay for it. So organize your receipts in a Google Drive and with your phone, taking pictures of all your receipts, and then you don't have to worry about that. Dropbox is also available for organizing your receipts, and they do have some receipts apps that you could use. So you could go look on Google Play or Apple Store and see what apps are available for you. Also, the good old-fashioned way, keeping a receipt envelope. Maybe every month you keep an envelope, January, February, March, or gas, services, subscriptions, any way that works for you, as long as you stick to it and you're actually using the system. That's the key thing there. So let's talk about receipts quickly. Why is this important? They verify your transactions, make sure that, yes, I did buy this thing. You catch errors. Maybe you were overcharged for something. You could get that fixed if you have proof, if you have evidence. They support tax deductions. So at tax services, if CRA says, you said you spent $50,000 on this product, I need to see it. So you often hear this saying, I have receipts. I have the receipts, right? So likewise in business, we need to have our receipts so we could show proof and evidence that that transaction actually took place. It reduces stress at tax time. During tax season, you're not scrambling. Everything is organized in your folders. You could catch You could go retrieve any receipt at any time if it is kept organized. Some systems are folder systems, the good old-fashioned way, using a system every month, January to December, keeping each receipts inside there, especially at tax time, easy to bring that to your accountant, have it ready there. Of course, I mentioned Google Drive, your desktop computer, making folders like this and keeping them, label it receipts, keep all your monthly receipts in there, the pictures that you took of them throughout the year. But like I said again, the best thing is to actually use the system. So do set it up and do actually use it. And one of the golden rules is to take the pictures of the receipt right away. Don't wait. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. Just do it right away. Get into that habit. So we want to develop good habits, good tracking habits. And that's one of them. Do it right away. Okay, so as we wrap up, I just want to say a profitable business is better than a popular business. So it's good to be popular, of course. You want to make sure people know you. Like Mark said, I love what he said that. People need to know your business exists. You need to put yourself out there. But if you, let's say you have so many people coming in and you don't know your numbers, you're all over the place, you're unorganized, it's not going to be a profitable business. So you need to know your numbers. You got to be organized, your income and your expenses, what's coming in, what's going out, and are you making money? Is there cash available in the bank? So we want to think like a CEO. And if you haven't started doing these, it's okay. The best time to start is now. Right? Maybe you should have started 5 years ago when you started your business, 2 years ago. That's okay. The second best time to start is now. So I just want to say a very special thanks to our guest entrepreneurs who came in today. A very special thanks to NOBEEP for having me over the last 3 weeks. I hope I brought you value, and I would love to continue to do so. Please reach out with any feedback, comments, or questions. I would be happy to help. You could follow me on Instagram for more money tips. You could join me over there. And I wish you the best in your entrepreneurial journey. You started something wonderful. You wanted to present a service and give a part of you to the world. And Michelle also said she wants to serve. How can I serve? How can I help people? So all the best on that journey. If you haven't started doing some of these things, go ahead and start now. Happy growing. And if you missed any of the videos, I believe Karen has them. She'll share where you could access those videos, and I will drop my information in the chat. Thank you so very much. Please reach out. I would love to hear from you.
Thank you, Sant, for all the session that you've presented. It's really appreciated, and I hope that it was also inspiring and useful for all the entrepreneurs that were able to attend. And I will share the replay with everyone after maybe tomorrow. If you have any follow-up questions, you can send them to me or direct them to Sant, and she will be more than happy to assist you. Okay, the time is up, and we're going to wrap up. And I wish you a good afternoon. Thank you.